Well, you can't see it, smell it, or taste it, but chances are you use it every day. We're talking about Wi-Fi. It's a radio frequency used to connect laptops and computers to the internet without any wires. Some parents are worried it's putting their children's health at risk, but is it? CTV's Nicole Lampa has the first of a two-part series for us. Nicole, you went to Meaford for this story where parents have asked for Wi-Fi to be removed at their school. Did that end up happening?
No, Kyle, the Wi-Fi is still on at St. Vincent Euphrasia Elementary, so a couple of parents we spoke with made a drastic decision regarding this issue.
And see, that's Rivers, right?
Angela Klein is homeschooling her daughter. Last year, she was in grade 2 at St. Vincent Euphrasia Elementary in Meaford.
We love our school, but my daughter just can't go there right now.
The reason? Wi-Fi. Klein was chair of the parent council, but quit and pulled her daughter out in June after doing her own homework on the effects of Wi-Fi.
Damage to the blood-brain barrier, calcium flux. There is a link to diabetes, behavioral changes, cancer.
Here's a good one showing the child's brain compared to an adult brain.
Andrew Cooper is also concerned about Wi-Fi.
It's just not something that the kids should be exposed to.
He started homeschooling both of his children 3 weeks ago. Cooper was also part of St. Vincent Euphrasia's parent council. They issued a safety survey to all parents in September. 88% agreed the school board should turn off all the wireless transmitters. Cooper approached his trustee with the results, but the Wi-Fi is still running.
He got back to me saying that this is going to take years to do, and I wasn't happy with that at all. I think it should be removed immediately.
The parent council relied heavily on a study by the Royal Society of Canada and research done by Dr. Magda Havis of Trent University. She says her work indicates that some people experience rapid heart rates whenever they're around Wi-Fi, and she's worried that a child's prolonged exposure to Wi-Fi is dangerous.
I think it would be extremely difficult for them to sit through a normal school day having their heart racing at much, much higher rates than they normally would and still be able to learn properly. However, if children have any heart defects and they experience this, it could be life-threatening.
Ron Motts is the health and safety official for the Blue Water District School Board.
What we work with are the standards.
Mott says the Wi-Fi levels at St. Vincent Euphrasia are safe. They're compared to standard exposure levels from Health Canada's Safety Code 6.
Health Canada has evaluated all the evidence internationally in the studies we've done, and Canadian parents should not be worried.
Safety Code 6 sets an acceptable level of 10 watts per square meter. Tests at St. Vincent Euphrasia detected a tiny fraction of that at 2 milliwatts per square meter.
At that level, I'm satisfied that we're not posing a health or a safety hazard for our students or for our staff.
This mom disagrees. European studies have convinced her that Wi-Fi, even at a low level, is hazardous.
Unfortunately, kids are going to be exposed for a number of years, and kids are going to get sick, and there's nothing I can do about it. But I can protect my own child.
Trustees for the Blue Water School Board are holding a meeting tonight about this issue, but the school board's director insists their tests are well within the safety levels and will not be seeking any direction from the board, so it looks like the Wi-Fi system will stay in place at St. Vincent Euphrasia.
All right, now, Nicole, you touched on Health Canada's Safety Code 6. What do researchers like the one in your story have to say about it?
Well, we'll explore that issue tomorrow and talk about some people's concerns about potentially dangerous Wi-Fi levels in places like coffee shops, businesses, and your home. Kyle?
Now to our series on Wi-Fi. Last night we talked about how a couple of Meaford parents took their children out of school because they're worried about Wi-Fi exposure. Tonight, CTV's Nicole Lampa explores Wi-Fi levels in businesses and inside your home.
That clicking sound means the machine is detecting electromagnetic radiation given off by Wi-Fi.
Wireless exposures in Canada are amongst the highest in the world.
Rob Metzinger tests exposure levels of Wi-Fi and other wireless technology in businesses and homes.
Cordless decked phones, wireless internet routers, some type of baby monitors. I work with people who are very sensitive to this type of radiation, so they need me to get everything out of their living environment.
But his guidelines are much stricter than Health Canada's guideline known as Safety Code 6. That's because Metzinger tests for low levels over a long period.
Hopefully in the future they can amend Safety Code 6 in order to account for this different type of exposure.
Health Canada maintains their set level is safe for the public and insists radio frequency energy emitted from Wi-Fi equipment is extremely low and is not associated with any health problems. Safety Code 6 has an acceptable level set at 10 watts per square meter, but what Metzinger looks for is significantly less.
Safety Code 6 is looking for short-term, high-level exposure. What we're measuring here is long-term, low-level exposure.
It's that everyday long-term low dose level that some people are concerned about. Recent studies, including one from Canada, say laptops in Wi-Fi mode sitting on a man's lap for an extended period may affect fertility.
How many groups of 3 are in 12?
Such research has prompted this Meaford mom to pull her daughter out of school.
If your sperm's damaged in 4 hours from Wi-Fi from a laptop, what is going to happen to the little girls who have eggs in their ovaries and the kids with 20 laptops running Wi-Fi?
Researchers say some people are affected by Wi-Fi, similar to an allergic reaction.
There's a subset of people who have developed a sensitivity. These people cannot go into a coffee shop that has Wi-Fi. And if more and more people are exposed to it, my concern is that a growing population will develop sensitivity.
She's worried what this means for children.
A child's exposure to any kind of toxic chemical or radiation in the environment is much more dangerous than it is for adults.
With Wi-Fi in schools, Metzinger says he has sold hundreds of sets of his test equipment to school boards.
Across Canada, nationwide, yes. And in the U.S. also.
And as the debate over Wi-Fi continues, Metzinger's business shows no signs of slowing down.
Ontario's new smart meters also use Wi-Fi technology, and they're being installed on the outside of homes throughout the province. Nicole Lampa, CTV News, Kitchener.